Hey guys, what is up? I'm back with Udoga, and we're definitely going over this MAMAMAX'S. Honestly, the first time I ever heard of this YouTube
I've
creator.
never heard of him before either.
I know, I was like, MAMAMAX'S, who? Then I was like, what? Who is that? And and then the whole scary movie voice type of thing. I'm like, oh, okay. All right, that's what we're going with. I mean, it's really good though because it kept me like my eyes were glued to the screen the whole time. I'm like, this isn't a scary movie, but here I am. I feel like I'm watching one. So so
Yeah.
it's definitely weird, but going into this, pick a side YouTube. The only thing I really knew was I saw that Keemstar had posted a tweet about it, and this was after someone told me about this recently. Oh, hey, Xylee. And so it's when someone told me about this recently, and I was like, okay. Well, but yeah. But with that being said, let's just get right into it. Because there's a lot.
Oh,
And a lot
Xylee
to
has
get to. Oh,
opinions.
Xylee has opinions.
That's
Okay.
what we're here for, girl. I want to hear this.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
On November 26, 2021, my good friend Max published a video exposing the colossal pedo ring that is IMVU.
Hold on. Can you guys hear?
I can
Oh,
hear.
Xylee goes,
It
I'm
was
seeing mine tomorrow night. Oh, I can't
okay,
wait for that
Xylee.
one,
I'll be on,
Xylee.
Xylee.
I know. Can't wait for that one. Everyone has opinions, and I feel like people are going to be so. Look, I watched this already, but I'm going to watch it again for the second time. And I heard a little bit about Petty Page live that she did on this on Twitch.
Oh,
I still like. Let's go through this, and yeah.
okay.
All right. Mind you, this was when he was like at 686. He's reached 700,000 subscribers, by the way. He gained over 10,000 subscribers after this
Oh,
video.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Where he uncovered one particularly inveterate child predator known in-game as Pablo Sunny, a pedophile with an extensive history of grooming multiple teenage girls. And to no one's surprise, YouTube tore it down like none of it ever happened. The fickle thing about it, though, is that the video was cut and censored in accordance with the community guidelines, manually reviewed by your staff in order for the family-friendly shell that were made to be available on your platform, even if age-restricted. I myself have personally seen the entire video, and there is not one timestamp you can find that does anything even remotely illicit, especially compared to the categorical obscenities that are.
Okay, right off the bat, so far, I know we're only 54 seconds in, but so far, I agree with this whole thing right now because, this, if you're like a creator watching this, there's going to be times or moments where we've talked about a topic and it's gotten the freaking yellow dollar sign or
Yeah.
it's not monetized. And I'm like, oh, so off the bat, I'm like, yeah, I understand. Because
Yeah,
I just,
right off the bat, every YouTube creator knows exactly what they're talking about because it happens to every single one of us.
literally the live we did the other day, you freaking yellow dollar sign. And mind you, we were exposing, or we were kind of just watching Petty Page's Daddy's Girls, the TikTok cult. Yellow dollar sign on that. Not shocking though, but still.
Yeah.
Already play YouTube. And for what? Because of the bare ass of a virtual character. Is this a joke? Max documenting this moment.
What I want to know is how did they figure that out? Or did he just figure that was the most scandalous thing
What are
in
you
the
talking about?
video? How did they know it was struck or whatever because of that doll?
Okay, so this dude he got his video taken down because of there's like he just showed it. There's a nudity, like the butt, the ass.
Yeah, how did they know? Because he said YouTube didn't tell them what timestamp.
So I don't know.
Okay. Okay, and then he
Hey,
tweeted,
Paris.
My VU is somehow
"Hey,
sexually
Paris."
gratifying to you. Everything was perfectly fine for the first half fucking million people who watched it. But the very second Team YouTube watches it. Interesting. We tried resolving it with you peacefully, but you were unwilling to budge like the apologist you allegedly are. And Max has had enough. Just fucking kidding.
I don't know what this game is that kept
I don't
coming
know,
up.
but I like the vibe. I love the vibe so far. Like, I'm in. I'm paying attention. Like, what the fuck
Yeah.
is this? I don't know this shit, but it's okay. I'm watching anyways. Like, what the fuck is this? But I'm interested.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm not, my eyes are turning away from this.
I'm interested to see what the hell is going on. Hi, Lillian.
Hi, Lillian. Oh, yeah. Paris, sorry I didn't come back.
Endlessly punish those of us who create content in response to injustice, speaking for victims like children and pursuing the perpetrators like pedophiles. It is volatile, intense, disturbing, upsetting, raw, and real, because that is the subject matter it is covering, and that is the way it should be covered. As my audience, many of whom are CSA survivors, have instructed me to do. But no matter how vital the view may be to them, you take down our shit and continue to help absolutely no one besides the evil people we are trying to expose.
See, right there, I agreed with the first part with like you take down our shit, or yeah, I completely agree with that because another one, an Anna Campbell video I did, freaking yellow $sign. They did not promote that video at all because it was, deemed like, age restricted, etc. Right. But
Mm-hmm.
so I understand that part, but I think I'm starting to draw the line with just because YouTube took the video down or is censoring it, that doesn't mean they are on like the P word, they're on their side, the bad people's side, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Well, I think because what he's going to say later on is that other people can post these topics, like news stations or whatever bigger corporate media can discuss these topics, but a basic YouTuber cannot discuss these topics. So it feels like no, not necessarily on the side of Pedialyte, but I don't know how to say it. It's just very
Basically,
clear
they're just
that they can
choosing
be
other
bought.
people.
Like,
Mhm.
yeah, like YouTube can be bought. Smaller YouTubers there's no financial incentive for YouTube to allow smaller YouTubers to discuss these issues, but there is financial incentive to allow news stations to post their news reports on
Mhm.
these same topics on the website.
Right.
Also, is the video able to be louder?
It's all the way up. Can you not hear it?
Okay. It's just quieter for me, but that's okay, unless somebody else in the comments says something.
And the survivors continue to scream in agonizing silence. But maybe that's the way you like it. I will let my colleagues take a more measured and balanced approach to this discussion. And despite all of the conflicting personalities you're about to see, you'll notice there's one thing that does bring us all together. We don't like pedophiles. Something you don't seem to see eye to eye with us on YouTube.
So this is the part where it's important. The views and opinions expressed are those of the following people and do not necessarily reflect my policy or position, and vice versa. They also don't exactly know what I intend to do with this video. So all accountability and any consequences that this video may cause should fall upon me and me alone. Any good that this video might do will be a shared victory between everyone who participated. I thank you all for joining me. And I didn't read this until someone sent this to me, because I'm not really on Twitter. So someone sent this to me and it was like, look, like this person got other people, because there are a lot of content creators. Like I'm a huge fan of that chapter. He's in here. And I was like, I find it hard to believe that he signed up for this, not really knowing like.
I know. I saw the comments of the video and everyone was like, I can't believe that chapter's in there.
I know.
Like, yeah, me too.
I know. I love him. And I'm like, say what? So yeah.
YouTube messes with me all the time. I remember one time I got 3 strikes. They banned me. I appealed the ban. I said, hey, this is unfair. And they said, nope, they rejected my appeal. I've learned a long time ago, you simply cannot trust Google. They still delete my videos to this day. And I really hate saying it, but I don't have pride in YouTube anymore. The amount of censorship is completely disheartening, especially when people need to see this content.
I agree with that.
The internet has shown us time and time again in regards to independent investigations. It's that the average person can notice something that an investigator might miss the first or second time. And as such, investigative content should really be encouraged.
YouTube is clearly delusional at this point, censoring us all and blatantly ignoring the good that comes from heavily investigative content. The awareness that spreads from such videos are immense. Is that not a good thing, though? It honestly feels like YouTube is trying to protect these up people, and that's not okay. This is why we've got to step in.
Personally, I don't think YouTube ever cared about any of us. They only cared if you're one of their poster childs, but most importantly, you have to be incredibly ad-friendly. Even 100% innocent channels are getting completely destroyed. I've dealt with it myself multiple times.
90% of the issues with YouTube.
Yeah, there's a channel, pause real quick. There's this channel that I subscribe to. I forgot what it's called right now, but it's entirely about kids and teenagers with like disabilities. So they've had like a teenage literally sociopath, they've had burn victims, they've had, you know, people born with like different chromosomes, so they're disfigured, they've had all these different things, and their channel was put under attack. Everything yellow, and the YouTube even for over a year removed the ability for people to comment. The comment section was off, and the only thing that they could come up with was maybe because the channel shows children on it, and maybe some weirdos were commenting. They tried to do the best job they could to like delete any bullying comments or anything like that, but that's the best they could think of. I don't know how they got their comments back, but it's finally back after over a year. And I'm just like, this is insane. They're trying to educate people about, you know, the different ways humans come. So it's just very frustrating that you like, who would ever imagine that a show about that would not be ad friendly or whatever YouTube is trying to do. So that guy was saying that even the most ad friendliest channels can still be at risk. You can still mess up and do something wrong.
I don't know. I feel like this platform is like low key trying to kick out small creators or just creators in general. I feel like they're really trying to make this like a celebrity platform. I feel like, you know, like why in the hell? I have nothing against Hailey Bieber, but why do you have a YouTube channel? Why does Kendall Jenner have a YouTube channel? I have nothing against Will Smith, but why do you have a YouTube channel? I mean, it's interesting, I'm not gonna lie, but you know, I start to question so many things, and you have to wonder if these people did something, is YouTube going to censor whatever they post? And it's so funny how they're nice to this platform, and like I don't want to bite the hand that's feeding me. But this
Mhm.
platform, it's funny how they're really nice to the people, the mainstream people like Fox, CNN, etc. They're nice to these mainstream people, but these mainstream people don't make YouTube. They don't make
Mhm.
the people at home, we are like the huge population for YouTube, not these mainstream people who come in and like, oh, we have to jump on this because that's the only way we're going to reach people. So it's
Mhm.
very interesting how the people who they should be caring about is us.
Yeah.
The people who they should be caring not about these mainstream people. If they care about the ads, guess what? These ad companies, they're not going to not pay YouTube, Google. I mean, it's a symbiotic relationship here. They need
Yeah.
YouTube. If YouTube said no, what are the ads? What are they going to do? How are they going to promote their shit? So
Yeah.
to look over and see what's actually being done than what's just being reported. On YouTube, you're basically guilty until proven innocent. And people know this. My Dan Schneider video got 2 takedown requests, but I know other smaller YouTubers who have talked about the whole Dan
One more
Oh, really?
because they were small.
one more thing. Sloan is going through the same shit.
Oh, I'm
Sloan is going
sure.
through the same thing.
Sloan is covering every Hollywood scandal under the sun. I would expect nothing less than for him to be going through that same
No,
crap.
he just put up a live. I kid you not. Maybe it was
Oh, really?
yesterday. Yeah, it was him complaining and bitching. Well, one, about his breakup, but 2, he was complaining about how YouTube, they won't even look over his videos before he can put them out. He can't. And he even wrote like today on his community post, hey, like I'm still waiting for YouTube. Like it's crazy. And the thing is that he's a creator that is literally just bringing awareness to things, and YouTube is not, paying him any mind either.
Small channels because they couldn't fight back.
YouTube actually for create back in the day. I mean, actually hire people to review and moderate videos, not auto-moderated robots. I don't need like fucking R2D2 over here telling me that my info or any other creator's info isn't valuable to a cause when there's actual victims on the line.
Every single day, we can see exploitative content trending on YouTube. Content such as family channel content that takes advantage of children. On the other hand, we have investigative content that is not only pushed back by the algorithm, not only demonetized, but actively hidden from subscribers who signed up to see that content. And this is a problem.
It feels like YouTube is constantly punishing the wrong people on its platform. I mean, this is something that I experienced with my fake animal rescue investigation. When all of a sudden my video started getting age restrictions, and then I started to receive community guideline warnings, which basically told me that if I kept making that content, then YouTube would have removed my channel. And what made it so much more frustrating was the fact that these channels that I was exposing just continued on fully monetized and not receiving any form of punishment.
I will say Shane Dawson is a really great example. I mean, it was really funny to me how I was just having a conversation with someone earlier about this. It's funny to me how Shane Dawson, he was literally saying like minors were sexy and all this stuff. Like, I
literally
remember
kissing them, literally like
Mhm.
sexually explicit things with minors.
Mhm.
On
And
yeah.
YouTube saw D'Angelo Wallace. I don't care if it's not up now. YouTube saw D'Angelo Wallace 20 million plus views of Shane Dawson. Okay, YouTube saw that. So it's funny how when Shane came back, he was number 1 on trending.
Yeah.
And that's a perfect example. YouTube frustrates me and confuses me because I'm like, you are saying like it's okay to do all these things and to come back and still have like a platform, and I don't know, but there's a lot of Shane Dawson fans out here in these streets. I mean,
Yeah, but what was crazy was back when there was that trending page, it wasn't what was literally trending, it was handpicked by YouTube, and Shane Dawson would always be one of the people they're handpicking.
And don't forget David Dobrik too. And David Dobrik came out with his horrible apology video that was on his podcast views with the lowest amount of subscribers. YouTube had put that on the trending page, and then they quickly took it off. But they had put that on the trending page, and
Yeah, it's like, how did they think they would get away with that? Like,
I
they
don't
took
know.
it. Oh my God. I'm looking at his thing now. He's
Of all those
just
people
got
that I
started.
exposed, the first person to get punished was me. But as upsetting as that situation was, what's happening here with Max's video is something that I find even more concerning. I mean, age restriction is one thing, but to have your video removed completely with no justification and with no chance to appeal it is something
Mm-hmm.
that shouldn't happen under any circumstances.
Yeah, that's absolutely ridiculous to me. Like, if
Yeah.
you make, especially this Max dude, who I'm not really sure how I feel about him, but I look at his editing and I'm like, oh, whether he edited or not, someone edited it, and it's phenomenal. And
Mm-hmm.
when you put in that much work into a video, you fucking want,
Yeah.
if you're going to tell me I can't put this up, please tell me why.
Yeah,
And
that's the weird thing. I don't understand what's the issue with at least giving people a reason why, so they can change whatever needs to be changed.
right, it's like you can't just, it's like when someone manually looks at your shit and they say no, they need to type in the fucking box, okay, this is specifically why. Don't just copy and paste a general vague YouTube policy thing. No, tell me exactly what I need to cut out. What exactly did you see that illustrated something deviant? Like, what was
Mm-hmm.
it? And that's what pisses me off too, because I've like my biggest video on this channel, my biggest video on this channel, it was like Gabby Hanna and the other creator. And if you even just put those two names together in a title, you automatically get a yellow dollar.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
wow. Oh my gosh.
Really, it's a shame because those who are on here exposing predators and doing so in a fair and responsible way, just like Max was, deserve to have a platform here and deserve to be celebrated for the work they're doing. And yet, all too often, it's YouTube who's taking action against these creators. And when they do that, they are not only actively siding with these predators, but they are actively protecting them as well.
YouTube likes to put on this front that they care about their creators, when anybody who's working the platform knows it's complete bullshit. The only thing they care about is making money. And if you're seen as a little bit unmarketable or a little bit edgy, you're completely screwed. It doesn't matter if you actually are. The thought of you maybe being that is enough to get you completely screwed. And so what ends up happening is they end up censoring these really important things, like people raising awareness or people investigating things or trying to expose things. They end up censoring them because they're a little bit dark. Imagine outlets not publishing stories or exposés or really hard-hitting things because the subject matter was sensitive. It's just so ridiculous to think about. YouTube pretends to care about their creators when they don't.
The overall problem with YouTube is that it cares more for its public appearance than it does for those who actually make the platform work. Content creators, especially those who focus on investigative reporting, are very often either heavily censored or flat out removed from the website if we, for lack of better words, get too loud. If we know our place and don't shine a light on the elephant in the room, we are safe. But if we actually do our job, then we are punished.
You know, when we look at YouTube's policies, some of the content that I was making specifically did cover upon people that were actually predatory towards underage people on the internet. And that's a big problem. It's a reality. Whether you go on YouTube, whether you go on Facebook, whether you go on Discord, whether you go on any platform, there's always creepy adults who are willing to use their power and advantage to overpower actual underage individuals. And that's disgusting, and it's actually really sick. And the problem that we have on YouTube is even if you follow all the rules and all the guidelines and you blur every single thing imaginable, you're still potentially facing some level of a privacy guideline strike. And I don't know how it gets handled. Sometimes they go through, sometimes they don't. But even if you attempt to follow every single rule, it seems as though that many of these sites tend to favor and protect a lot of these individuals, even if it is unintentionally.
Right. It's the same thing, but I think it's more than YouTube. I think it's like Twitter too. Like, if you ask me, I think what's her face? I think Addison Rae was behind Def Noodle's Twitter thing. That's my opinion.
What's the Def Noodle's Twitter thing?
No, I mean, like, how he was banned from Twitter for saying like
what does Addison Rae have to do with that?
It's a long story, but like, I was thinking of how this guy is saying that I think it's more than just YouTube. I think it's, Twitter as well. I think these companies, they are trying to they're catering to the people that make the money, which makes sense, but then say that. And I think that's what the argument here is. The argument is YouTube, like, if you say that you care about your creators, then actually care about your creators. You know, and don't leave us hanging. If you take out a video and with no explanation other than a copy and paste, that doesn't really say much, you know? And so, and that I was referring to, but I don't think it's just YouTube. I think it's Twitter too. And I say Addison Rae because I forget exactly, if I'm being honest, what Def Noodles or Dennis said about Addison Rae, but it was at a time to where he was questioning whether it was Keemstar or Addison Rae. I think it was Addison Rae. I think any I have to look back specifically, but I remember during that time, I remember thinking, no, I think this is Addison. But I need to look more into that to explain to you why I think it is the way I do, but I'm still standing by it. I just forgot what he did or what he said. But Mariah said Addison was upset. Definitely was tweeted the pic of her and Donald Trump. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Her and Donald Trump. Yes.
Wait, but what makes y'all think that is what got him removed off? Like,
well, because
you feel like it's not.
It happened shortly after that, and he thought it might be Keemstar. I think Keemstar maybe had some type of power to get his Twitter back. And I think because Keemstar didn't lift a finger to do that, I think that's why he has a huge beef with Keemstar as well.
Wait, how does Keemstar have power in Twitter?
Well, here's the thing. So Keemstar has been known to help other creators who have been banned. Like, for instance, the Commentary Bros. I think he helped Augie get his channel back. And so now they
on
like
YouTube or Twitter?
YouTube. But
okay.
YouTube, but I thought he helped someone else get their Twitter back. I could be wrong. I feel like he did, but either way, he's been known to help creators get like their channel or their Twitter back. And that's why he's always in their streams, because I feel like they owe him something. But anyway,
I think so.
anyways, I think my whole point is that these huge platforms are going to cater to people with the money that bring in the money for them. Like, you don't see, like, I remember watching It's Keisha. Okay, I didn't watch like the whole video because I didn't have time, but I saw the thumbnail and she was saying how her videos always get taken down, and Emma Chamberlain was like on the thumbnail. And so, like I said, I think YouTube caters to their biggest creators. I mean, Emma Chamberlain has goddamn Google sponsorship. I don't know any other YouTuber out here has a Google sponsorship. I wonder how much that was. So, she has Zooey driving in the back of her house. So, yeah, they're going to cater to people that bring the money.
Just look at some of these harassment guidelines. If you even leak out or potentially mention somebody else, you could it's such a vague terms of service that who knows? Somebody may potentially take advantage of it and use it to strike your channel. It feels as though every time you actually try to bring light to something disgusting like this and have it potentially investigated and shut down, you're the bad guy. Okay, so really, it prevents a lot of people from putting their effort into it. And unfortunately, it feels as though the system is geared against people trying to do actual good, and it seems like the people who are actually the malicious and fucked up people in nature are the ones that may unintentionally get protected with all these new guidelines and privacy issues and all that. But generally, that's the way that I feel about it. I literally had to stop making content because it feels like I was the one being targeted by the lords above, if you will.
I am an investigative journalist.
This is why I didn't like technicals. Like, how are you gonna make a a YouTube video about exposing predators when one can easily argue that technicals actually agrees with these, has predatory.
Oh, who is he?
Agrees. Oh gosh, I don't. He is.
I'm looking at his videos.
You know what? I'll do like here's a conversation I had with someone today about it. Someone I was talking to about technicals, because this person was like, I didn't like the fact that technicals was in this video, and And because the whole Zero thing, how he, first off, Technicals has a brother that that basically started like a group chat with like minors and stuff, and like soliciting minors, etc., or having talking inappropriately with minors.
Okay.
I mean, I saw a video where it was like the debate with Augie, and Augie was like, is it true that your brother actually showed his like private parts in a chat with minors? And he was like, yeah, that's true. And like he also
Did he defend his brother, or he just didn't say anything about it?
well, it was a debate. It was like a huge debate. It was like around Thanksgiving, and then there was another, because I'm just trying to recall stuff. There was another incident where he was I guess the guy Zero or whatever, he had these allegations against him. And Technicals was cheering him on. I mean, it's like a whole thing. I just kind of anything like that. I kind of just skim over because I'm like, I don't have time for you right now. Like it was too much. It was Thanksgiving, and it was this huge debate, Augie and Technicals, and like, but yeah, and Keemstar like ran the debate. It was a whole thing. It was a whole thing.
Oh, well, anything ran by Keemstar is something I automatically don't take seriously. That's why I have no idea who these guys are. I don't watch anything of them.
Like I thought I was gonna, like I said, I was gonna watch it, and I just watched little clips of it. So this is me like trying to reference from the little clips I remembered from around Thanksgiving, something like that.
But this guy is saying he says he's an investigative journalist, which the gaming chair and the black hoodie, I don't know. There's something about how I have no clue who this guy is, but I just wouldn't believe it. I don't believe it.
Yeah,
where are the credentials, or what publication does he have a history working with?
I gotta take him seriously either when he goes out investigative journalist with a hoodie on. Like, dude, where are you going, bruh? Where are you going? And you could clearly tell he thought this whole outfit out with the hoodie on, talking to the camera.
I don't know what this is like. Like, what it makes me think of is like in movies when the actual journalist is like trying to find the information, and this is the guy who's hiding in the shadows. Like, I know, I found the code that they've been hiding. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but okay, investigative journalist. Here we go. What does this investigative journalist have to say?
And if YouTube takes that away from me, how am I going to be able to take care of my cat? You'd be taking food out of the mouths of hardworking individuals and putting it into the mouths of pedophiles.
YouTube's never really given a shit about investigative journalism content. I think that's really a given. While YouTube in recent years has tried to be a squeaky clean company that not many people could be offended by, investigative journalism inherently goes into topics that are controversial or require a lot of depth to get into. It doesn't really matter if these investigative pieces could actually help real law enforcement with actual crimes, which is why some small investigative journalism channels are being taken down, because YouTube thinks people won't notice. We need to show them that we do, and that if they continue to do it, it's going to look bad on them as a company for all of us.
What worries me about the state of YouTube isn't just how it seems to prioritize mainstream media over investigative journalism or independent journalism, but also how it takes these concepts that it uses to soft censor commentators and it applies it to the rest of YouTube. Just as a film analyst and reviewer myself, there's a lot of censoring that I have to do on my own channel. I love the platform of YouTube, but I don't feel like it supports my own free speech, and I think that a lot of discussions are stifled because we creators feel like there are just things that we cannot talk about.
Preach.
This is how we've been conditioned.
Yes.
I definitely don't think it's great that YouTube sometimes removes content that exposes pedophiles and animal abusers. I understand that YouTube has strict advertisement guidelines, but a lot of dark content creators and investigative channels are truly facing negative repercussions. Hopefully YouTube is willing to work on this sensitive issue and make changes that are better for the community.
My name is Jay Boston. I've been a voice actor for MAMAMAX'S for a couple of years at this point. For the takedown of his most recent video, we can't really help but begin to theorize that although the method of delivery is unique, it still acts as this campaign of awareness against individuals on the internet that are engaging in felonious acts such as pedophilia and grooming. With YouTube's consistent censorship and suppression of Max, you can't help but ask the question, why?
As a creator who tries to bring more attention to sensitive and dark subjects in the online realm, I also feel neglected and let down by YouTube. Max is one of many creators on the platform that supports YouTube in their quest to fight against the exploit of minors. YouTube is doing themselves no favor by striking and deleting content, exposing the same problem they are trying to fix. Max's videos contain months of work to collect as much evidence as possible. YouTube thanks him by making his life as hard as possible.
Can they stop showing Susan? Like, every time they're talking, they're just showing, hey, Susan, we're talking to you. I mean, is there anyone else other than Susan? Is just Susan it? Is she just the person who we bitch to about everything?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea how YouTube's is structured at all.
I just wonder if Susan, because I know she's like the face, she goes to these conferences and CEO, but is that it? Is that just Susan? Like, I mean, she just handle everything. Everyone just says Susan.
Yeah, this is a huge corporation. There's more people involved, definitely.
And of communicating, deleting his videos, and striking his channel.
So, MAMAMAX'S, he hit me up and he's like, look, I'm doing this video, do you want to be a part of it? And I thought, you know what, actually I do, because he's right in what he's saying. With his work, obviously it's investigations into very dark territory, people that are abusing kids. It's very important to put that out there and show the world what's going on. You would think if YouTube was staying to its original ethos, that YouTube would be a great place to do that, show the world where otherwise this kind of information might not get out there. Now what they're doing is they're trying to censor stuff that is kind of a little bit dark, a little bit edgy, because it doesn't really line up with their advertisers. So the same thing has happened to me with my platform, Popular Front, Independent Conflict Reporting. We go to wars, we show the world what is going on, and it's completely independent. Our whole channel has been demonetized. They've put some of our documentaries up behind this weird warning saying that the content is considered offensive. Like, what is offensive about documenting war crimes? Okay, it might not be palatable for your advertisers, but it's very important work. It needs to be out there. So I think what MAMAMAX is saying is definitely right. YouTube needs to stop doing this, or they need to really be honest about what it is. Do they just want content that is good for their advertisers, that they can say, yeah, this is all nicey, nanny state type stuff? Or do they want to stick to the original plan of, yeah, anyone can use this platform to kind of put information out there? I don't know. It's a real problem, and I'm glad MAMAMAX is drawing attention to it. Hopefully YouTube will listen. I doubt they will, but who knows?
YouTube likes to pride themselves in being.
I just want to say I love the so authentic. I love how he's just like, I doubt they will, but who knows? I doubt YouTube will listen, but who knows?
He got me thinking about there's a line that has to be drawn because people like Alex Jones, I think is his name. There are certain people who have been removed from YouTube, and very easily that dude, if this MAMAMAX guy liked Alex Jones, he probably would have asked Alex Jones to be in this video, but he was removed from YouTube because he was spreading a lot of dangerous misinformation. So I don't know who some of these people are. The guy is saying that he's posting about war crimes. Yeah, maybe it's something that's very educational, or maybe not. I don't know what he's posting. So I don't know. He got me thinking.
I do wonder, for a bit, I was able to get away with a lot of. Oh yeah, did I tell you I won the whole Trisha Paytas, all of her shit, that she
good
won that shit. I know, but what I was gonna say, I was gonna say that I had to at one point put Trisha Paytas under education instead of entertainment. And that's how I would get away with it too. But I wonder if that guy put his content under education. Because I wonder if that makes a huge difference. Because I know it for my videos a bit, so I wonder if he's doing that but I also want to read some of the comments real quick. And says, nah, Susan is the face that takes the crap probably with whatever her position is. I know, right? Like, I'm like, I think Susan can only do so. I'm not trying to defend Susan either, but I'm saying, like, really, is YouTube Susan? Is that just the person who we have to think of constantly? Monotypical says, I just watched this video. It's a little cringe though, like edgy as hell. Here's the thing.
It's
I feel
full of
like
edgy guys, definitely.
it is. It's pretty edgy, but I also think, I mean, I'll get into my opinions later. I just, because I was able to talk to some people a person who watched Paige's live, and she did have some like really great arguments, but I agree with what these people are saying. Like, and I understand that there's to how these people can come across as being offensive because of what's happening on Twitter. So we're gonna get into the tweets and all that stuff later. But as of just watching this video, like face value, I'm like, I'm listening.
Yeah. Upon my first watch, I'm definitely listening because I experience what they're talking about. But the more I'm paying attention, I'm wondering, are we all on the same page? I wonder, because I don't know some of these people.
What do you mean, are we all on the same page?
Yeah, like that guy talking about war crimes. What is he saying about the war crimes? Because there's a lot of
I know,
there's
right?
a lot of people, like what actually is your content that you're
but here's the argument though. If he is genuinely, I want to hear like specifically what they said. I get you, but if he's just generally talking about war crimes, he should be able to say anything. He should be able to say, like, I'm just gonna say it, sexual assault, or
be able to say the words.
Yeah, you should be able to say the words, and whatever it is. If it's kill, I heard you can't say kill or die or it's like, just say those words. You have to use terminologies like unalive.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? Like, it's becoming too much to where I'm sitting there talking to someone on the phone and I'm like, yeah, so what happened was he R-worded her, and then they're like R-worded. I was like, oh yeah, I'm not on YouTube. Like, I'm like, it's come to a point to where I'm censoring myself in like phone conversations that I'm having, in my personal, like, I'll need to say unalive or R-worded or SA or SH. Like, stop with the shit.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of it. So that I can back.
In this big platform where a creator can make it for any kind of genre they want to. But at the end of the day, it's like, if you're going to do any kind of investigative journalism, you're going to have a rough time. Because when it comes down to it, the big corporations, they have way more leeway.
Thank you, that Amber check. Thank you.
What they can cover compared to you.
Oh,
I've had videos that have been age restricted and demonetized because of the topics I'm talking about, but then you see the mainstream news where their clips are on the trending front page and they're talking about that same thing. And that shit's fucked up, honestly. That shit really pisses me off. Because it's like, why are they giving all this leeway to the big corporations, but then when it comes down to the smaller creators that make up the entire platform, they're not allowed to talk about it.
Yes.
That's the point. That's the point.
That's what pisses me off. Like, now I want people to separate what shitheads are doing, what MAMAMAX. MAMAMAX is an asshole. I'm just saying that, okay? MAMAMAX.
You've seen his videos, or how do you know?
No, just from the recent Twitter shit and the fact that he came.
I don't know anything about this Twitter. I'm trying to figure out this Twitter. I'm trying to figure out what hashtag people are using.
But just the fact that he came into this video with stating, hey, I didn't let them know my true intentions when making this video, you're a fucking asshole. You're an asshole, because then I'll get into, like, he's basically saying that if you are not with YouTube, then you're a pedophile, basically, is what he's saying on Twitter. But here's my thing. I think we have to compartmentalize, if I'm saying that right. We have to, like, separate. He's an asshole. MAMAMAX is an asshole, okay? We've established that what he's doing is wrong, how he went about this is wrong, etc. Now let's separate that and listen to what these people are saying, and that's true. I think he's just going on his own little thing, his own agenda, but these people, they are speaking their truths from their own experience, and I think that's something that Team YouTube should listen to. I'm so tired of seeing these fucking cute little cartoon icons of we're listening. No, you're not. You're not listening. You're listening to the advertisers. You're listening, but not to us. You're listening to the ads, the people who are giving you the money. So that's what I don't like. And I like that these people are talking about it, but they're using yeah. So that's my why is it wrong? Cherryberry says, what's wrong? The Amber Chick says, you're most welcome. We love y'all both so much. Thanks.
Aw, thank you.
Anne says, oh wow, the founding of Google. So yeah, CEO, I guess that's the person people would consider the top to complain to. Yeah. I just feel like not everything could be Susan. I mean, like I said, I don't know who she is. I'm not defending her, but it's funny how YouTube is huge and we just have one person to look to. To blame. That's how they want it.
That's how they everybody else is anonymous, hidden.
And they're like, Susan, you're hit. They're all laughing. They're like, Susan, it's you.
YouTube, you don't need to you don't need to protect animal abusers. These are bad.
Okay, I love Bo Blacks.
We are allowed to bully them. YouTube, please let us bully bad people. Censorship bad, pedophiles
So
bad.
here's the problem I have with some of these guys. Because Bo Blacks and somebody else, I don't know if they already said, no, somebody else is going to say it. They're going to say we should be allowed to bully I know you already said the word, but I'm going to say Pedialites for now. PDF files. We should be allowed to bully. And that, like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with having a policy of no bullying anybody. Because if you are fighting for the right to bully somebody, that is a very slippery slope. That means who is the person judging who gets to be bullied and who doesn't. So I just think that was stupid. But again, Bo Blacks, who knows what the dude told him, like asked, hey, Bo Blacks, say something about whatever. Who knows what the prompt was for Bo Blacks? He didn't know it was to be put in this video to try to make something happen. But if he knew, maybe he wouldn't say that. I just think it's dumb to say, I'm fighting for the right to bully anybody, even if it's a horrible, despicable person. I don't think you should. I don't know. That just doesn't make sense to me.
I think that YouTube is scared to really set the definition. YouTube needs their own Webster. They need their own dictionary of what they mean by these things to them, to their company, because we can, argue all day what exactly bullying is, but I think YouTube really needs to be specific on harassment. Like, this is what harassment is. If you're talking career, but as a reaction of something they did, that it's not really a harassment, as if you were just continuously, putting them down or I don't know. There just needs to be, and they're scared to even do that. But because it's very vague, like a lot of people don't know, because it's like so many people have 1,000,001 videos of Trisha Paytas. Trisha Paytas will argue, you guys are all harassing me, Ethan's harassing me, But then other people can argue, well, we're just responding to the crazy shit you do on a daily basis. We have the right to respond since you're monetizing off of us. So I think YouTube doesn't even know how they're setting these rules, but they don't know how to like specifically communicate with us what those books breakdown is. They don't know. They're scared to do it, but they're not scared to always take down the video, but they're scared. You know what I mean? Like, have rules, have these guidelines. Don't have the guidelines be very vague AF. That's what I don't like.
We do what we do to alert the public. Warn the innocent.
Do you know who she is? She kind of scared me a little bit. Do you know who she is?
I don't know who she is. She scared you.
Kind of. I was like, can we get on to the next commenter? I was like, I don't know. I was like, what do you like? I don't know.
Spread the word. But YouTube seems to punish the heroes and reward the villains cowering behind their screens.
Wait, like what?
Whose side are you on, YouTube?
YouTube taking down this kind of content reminds me of what a lot of people refer to as toxic positivity, pretending that everything is fine and avoiding the problem head on. They've also started doing this with basic criticism on the platform, such as removing dislikes and making it a lot harder to comment on mobile, which coincidentally is the device most people use.
It's hard to comment on mobile phone?
I didn't know
notice
that. Me either, but I was like, well, I guess I'll take his word for it. I can't really comment on it because I was like, that's what I was thinking too. Like, is it really hard? Because it's like a 1, 2, 3 thing. But
oh, I guess maybe he's talking about like how, because I remember there was a time that all of this would be comments, but now you have to like press that one comment and then now you can comment. So maybe that's what he's talking about. Because yeah, if I was like some grandma, I would have no idea. I would have no idea that there's comments on this video. I would just be like, oh, this is great. Let me see the next one.
Cherry, I like his background. Cherry Berry says, but they were talking about how YouTube ends up protecting pedophiles and takes down innocent videos. So it seems like they do know what it was gonna be used for. I think you said that to protect his friends in case things backfire.
No, because if a friend asks me, hey, can you make a video talking about how YouTube's guidelines have affected your channel, I would say some of the things these people are saying, but that doesn't mean I know he's going to make this type of video in this style, in this format, with these other people that maybe I don't associate with. Because there's people that you're going to hear speaking who you don't associate them at all with MAMAMAX or any of these other people. So I think to me, that's probably what happened, especially hearing people say, I want the right to bully. It's like, no, if you knew that this was going to be put in a video to take a certain action, you probably would have said something more compelling. That's what I think.
Like, I almost like, I like this video, but I hate it because the way how he's going about it. Like, I almost want to just sit there and be like, the right way to make this video, mama. Like, the thing is the edit. Okay, listen, the editing is phenomenal. I absolutely love it. You know, even the scary movie voice dude, you know, that you feel like you're gonna get murdered soon. Like, I love that too. Okay, love it. But the way, once again, how he's doing this, like, if you don't agree with us, then you're like a pedophile. That's ridiculous to me. That's absolutely insane. And I almost think he just did it. I think it's almost performative, just so he can get a rise out of everyone, so we can all be talking about this.
He tells you that he's doing this to get a rise. That's the point. But I agree with why he's trying to get a rise. And it's because YouTube literally doesn't do anything unless there's a rise.
Right.
So yeah, like, does it sound ridiculous to say, YouTube, you either, take our demands or you like PDF files? It's ridiculous, but I understand exactly why he's doing it. I believe he truly doesn't think that anything will happen unless he is that excitatory.
I mean, I agree. I mean, it took like what, Willow Smith. It took the Smith family to call Shane Dawson out. I mean, and then obviously D'Angelo Wallace video.
Yeah, actually, it took a big family to say this dude is nasty. For now, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm not that person anymore.
Right, we demonetized his videos, etc.
Now demonetized. It takes something big happening, and there's no celebrity that's going to back up this cause because celebrities are not affected by this problem.
Right. That is true. I mean, the only way I can see a celebrity backing this up, if we're purely using the argument, I think a nice little insider article will do. But I think the way a celebrity would back this up is if there's like, hey, we need to be talking about pedophilia and exposing people for these things. And so I think that's what it is. I don't have the precise. Let me read some comments real quick before I press the play button. Ezra says there was a disclaimer earlier in the video clarifying exactly what you're saying. I don't have a precise timestamp. Melissa just got here. Love when you two collab. Oh, thanks, Melissa. Cherry Berry, true. You guys are very articulate. Oh yeah, Cherry Berry, thanks. But you also don't have to like agree with us. Like if you do, you do. But
yeah, like I can see that case. You know,
Mhm.
I could see your case, Cherry. I just had felt different.
Yeah.
Lose the ability to critique, we lose the ability to improve.
Yeah, I think what's given most people, the idea, and
I love him.
that you
I
just
know.
care so much is that it keeps moving the goalposts of what it wants on the site and what's acceptable nowadays. You know, things that like what you put on a Monday will get you in the crapper on a fight.
In the crapper. Is he Irish? In the crapper?
Yeah, he's Irish.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I feel like I heard because I was in Ireland and I heard the crapper a lot, so I wondered.
Investigative creator on the platform of YouTube a lot of the time.
I also like this guy.
YouTube have made it pretty clear they're not really big fans of our presence. And honestly,
Can I just say I love like these hot guy accents, like
well, like, these northern, I can't even do it. The northern accents. Yeah.
Right. Like I can't do it either, but
I
what
don't
is
know
he
if
like?
they're all from
UK?
England.
I'm so distracted by the accents. I love accents that are not like any America, I love you, but I love accents that are not anything I recognize. Like that's not true. I even like the New York accent. Pass me the coffee.
I love
like,
New York.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like I'm rapping Nicki Minaj all of a sudden I'm from Brooklyn. Like I love those Northeast accents, Boston, all that. Long Island.
Oh, okay. I don't actually. The Long Island accent is a little bit too much for me sometimes.
Oh, I can't get enough.
No. Sometimes I get so annoyed. I'm like, okay, stop. Sometimes I love you, Long Island,
but they can't stop.
I know, like. Anyways,
and I like real Southern. I love those Southern accents. We're just talking about accents now. And I love those real Creole Louisiana accents. Like, oh my God. Any accent, anything that is very distinctive of a place. I love it.
Hot accents are hot.
They just would like the world without the drama. But at the end of the day, when people are being exploited, I think there needs to be a point where creators exist, and I think we do a pretty good job in that regard. It's just YouTube don't really want us there to do it.
If we weren't able to investigate,
Ew, why this guy again? Ew.
Right.
A lot of the very
shut up, get out. Boo. Tomatoes. Boo. Boo. I don't care what you have to say. Put the camera on your cat.
I know. Bring back the cat.
Easily the most frustrating thing for me personally has been issues with
this guy is so to me.
Fuck Turkey Tom too.
To allow private users to interactions on public YouTube videos if they feel information about them, like their identity.
Fuck you.
By that video.
Yeah.
Deserves to be private. In theory, this seems like a good idea, but in practice, this allows some bad actors to silence criticism. About half a year ago, I posted a video about an individual who I would love to name, who spent his time being a sex pest in people's messages by, well, there's really no way to put this nicely, sending pictures of himself wearing a diaper in women's DMs. So I posted a 17-minute breakdown of who he is. Keep in mind, I censored all of his private info for his own safety, while still telling the story accurately. He created his own thread on gossip forums in order to humiliate himself, and even posted his full name and address. I merely talked about the fact that he did this and was
Turkey
punished.
Tom, you're
YouTube
like
allowed this
racist
person to
AF.
abuse the privacy system multiple times to get the video taken down.
I don't
But
give
can't
two
help but find
shits
it
what the
funny
fuck you have
YouTube
to
took
say.
down my
Keep it
video,
going.
claiming that I was engaged in violating this guy's privacy. And
Good, take down your
when
video.
he was the one who brought it all on himself in the first place, and intentionally. Embarrassing.
Okay, Turkey Tom, you have too much time on here.
Me to say YouTube has garnered a reputation for leaving their own creators in the dark when it comes to imposing important rules and regulations. Guidelines against harassment are a good thing, but how are investigative creators meant to follow them when the language used is so intentionally vague? I'm tired of pouring hours of work into a video only for it to be demonetized and age restricted with little to no helpful explanation. How are we supposed to know what to avoid if we don't know what we're doing wrong?
YouTube has slowly been more restrictive in terms of content creators, trying to tell stories of bad actors within communities. Content is the hardest to deal with, as a lot of what might be discussed has to be censored. For example, a History Channel might want to cover World War II, but to absolutely make sure they get that green mark, they might have to change a few things in the wording, such as the main bad guy of the Second Big War unalived himself when he lost. And this becomes a lot harder for channels that cover recent awful individuals that commit acts like, and even with YouTube's current system, the person being covered, if still out there, has an easier time taking down the video, even if it has
Never heard
evidence.
this guy, but I
The
like his thumbnails. I'll follow him.
Covering the story.
It is very unfortunate that as the clock ticks and YouTube grows older, exchanging from hand to hand, they continue to suppress these same creators that helped legitimize their website in the first place.
Real quick, do you ever think, and I'm paying attention, guys, I'm paying attention, but real quick, do you ever think that, do you ever look at the background of like a billionaire's, like, I don't know how much this is worth, but if you're CEO of like,
she's of money, and she went to Harvard. I saw she went to Harvard University. This woman is pedigree. Okay, she has money. Go ahead.
No, but I was looking at the background. I was like, okay, interesting, nice couch. Like, she has a tennis ball there. So, does she have a dog? Is there a tennis ball there? Like, I'm all like looking like, okay, I like the plan. I like the table. How much does the table cost? Was it like custom made for her? Did she get it at like a thrift store shop or what? Like, I'm always like, my mind goes everywhere when I see that people have coin, and I'm like looking at the background of their video the whole time. I'm like, my whole entire, I get so easily distracted. But anyways.
While they let corporations run around and do whatever they want. As time goes on, Team YouTube ceases to surprise with their pompous, unapologetic, hypocritical attitude. In the direction we're heading now, it becomes clear with each passing terrible update, unfair strike, and sketchy termination that this website in the eyes of Team YouTube has nothing to do with creativity, independent creators, and especially you.
Melissa says if someone has a bookshelf. Hold on, Melissa says if someone got a bookshelf, she's 100% squinting to see what's on it. Me too.
Yes,
Me too.
yeah.
My friends, but I'm worried that all of your wise words will go to waste if no one sees this. So let's all go ahead and forcefully drag everyone down with us, starting with the following people. Susan Wojcicki, stop fucking lying to us every time you have to give a statement.
Okay, real quick. Okay, so here's tell me you're fired without telling me you're fired. Like, you can't.
What do you mean?
And I mean, for the guy, like, you can't ask your boss, essentially Susan, to stop fucking with us. You know what I mean? Like, Susan will you're fired. Like, with me, I feel like if you're gonna ask someone to, hey, look into trying to change YouTube's policy and guidelines, maybe not approach it with stop fucking with us. Like, you know, I get that's the whole persona thing, and it's like I'm all invested. I'm so interested in watching this till the end again. I mean, this video was just as entertaining as the first time I watched it. So I get it, but that's just not the way to do it.
I think this is the way to do it. I think everything is done intentionally to get her attention. Because okay, even if she bans him, which I don't think she's going to do, but even if she bans him, there's all these other people who are involved. So she's not going to be able to run away from it.
Right. That's true. That's true. They all stated their opinions.
In response to videos like mine, all these broken promises you've made that never come into fruition, all of these incessant change.
Hold on, Matt. Update to the YouTube dislike count. Oh my gosh.
I have something to say about that.
No, it's just funny how the lighting is all set up and shit and everything. About the
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, 480
Oh, they
down.
mass disliked it.
Oh.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
Asked for or wanted takes goddamn accountability. We are so sick of seeing malicious and deceitful words you and your company repeatedly propagate. Either do something good for this site once in your fruitless life, or step the fuck down. Philip DeFranco.
Ooh.
Remember when you and your team ignored us last time during the whole Answer Us Pedo 2 thing?
Wait, I'm talking to you. Your help.
Yeah, Philip DeFranco will not get involved. Philip DeFranco is trying to remain forever in the good graces of YouTube. He's not going to. He's going to ignore this.
Yeah, he's Team Susan. Whatever Susan says for the day, that's what he is. If Susan changes her mind tomorrow, he changes his mind too.
He's one of those people who knows how to. What is that phrase? Get in to fit in, or fit in, go along to get along.
It's actually kind of like Ethan Klein in a way, because Ethan Klein was problematic back in the days too, but he kind of changed. He kind of changed
as he saw that it was affecting his success.
Yeah, and he kind of went with the crowd and what they wanted him to do, and etc. Like he went along with it. He's trying to be on the good side. He's not trying to. Or so it appears to be.
Because you were too busy talking about some stupid drama. I know I'm not as famous as you would like, but how about you do the right thing this time and fucking say something?
Do you think he purposely? No, but I truly believe with the editing that in this video, I truly believe he chose this B-roll of him with the "Don't be stupid" hoodie on purpose.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did.
I am sure that was definitely like a thought, and I was like, we're gonna choose this B-roll right here.
Yeah, like Frank.
Don't be stupid.
Frank. Yeah, don't be stupid. Don't be stupid this time.
I know.
So it would mean even more to me for you to actually do something this time around. Ethan Klein. I was told you talked to someone at YouTube for me last time. Thank you so much for that. I know you're busy dealing with important shit, but I'm going to ask that you take a minute to speak to YouTube again for me. Privately is fine. Publicly would be better. If you want details. Keemstar.
Oh, let me see if he said anything.
Always my fucking man when it comes to this shit.
Red flag.
As a loving father, I know you
yeah.
Scarce. Thanks so much for covering my story last time, brother. I desperately call upon you for help once again. It would mean the world to me. Charlie, I look up to you because you're a good man.
I don't know these people.
Oh, this guy is he's like a gamer, but he also did a whole thing on Nikocado Avocado, like where he was like acting like he's so concerned for Nikocado Avocado. You don't remember this? And then Nikocado Avocado was responding like, "Oh, you're making fun of me because you think I'm fat, but I'm not fat. It's just water weight," and basically just being a troll. And then he would respond again like, "No, we care. I'm doing this out of like." the guy was trying to act like he was concerned for Nikocado Avocado. Nikocado Avocado kept trolling him back in response. And anyway, but typically what he does, every now and then he'll comment on YouTube stuff, but he usually is gaming.
Oh, okay. All right. Good to know. I don't know a lot of gamers because no offense to anyone, but my idea of a good time watching YouTube is me not watching other people play games. You know, like I feel bad for saying that because I know a lot of people do it. My idea of a good time is to watch vlogs, commentary, drama channels, not people playing games. I'd rather play the game myself. I don't want
Do
to
you
watch
like
someone play the
games?
game.
Is there a game that you really like?
No.
That's why you don't. That's why you're not into them.
No.
'Cause if you
Not
really liked games, then you would like seeing somebody else play and how they play the game.
I guess. No, I wouldn't because my brother, like, oh, what does he play? Oh, Call of Duty. You know what?
Does he have
Alright.
any interest at getting better at Call of Duty? Then he's definitely watching other people play Call of Duty.
Well, I didn't say
If he doesn't
wasn't,
care,
like, I wasn't.
if he sucks at the game and doesn't care that he sucks, then he's probably not watching. But if he would like to improve, he's probably watching.
No, I don't doubt that. I'm saying I don't think I'd watch. I don't. Yeah. Okay.
Or like if you're wondering, is this game going to be good? So you watch somebody else play it. There's like,
yeah, I'll do that in real life, just not on you. I don't like. I'll do it in real life. Like if my brother's playing Call of Duty, of course, like I'll sit and watch.
But
to
if
see
you
what
wanted
who
to,
he's
if you
shooting.
wanted to buy a new game that your brother doesn't have, but since you don't want to buy any game, you're not gonna watch.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess that's just not my thing then.
Yeah.
I want to fit in and I want it to be my thing, but it's just not.
No,
So-
I remember when PewDiePie was all the rage, and I'm like, yeah, definitely with little kids, because imagine like being a little kid and you really want that new game, you want that new Xbox, whatever, and oh, my mom and dad said I can't have it until next Christmas. So you're kind of living vicariously through this PewDiePie guy who has access to all the games. No, like there's the thing. There's a lot of people like games, so there's all these different reasons why they would watch a dude play game.
Right. I guess it's just not me. It's not for
Yes,
me.
yes. I don't watch. I mean, there is a game that I really like, so I've started entering into knowing some of these gamers because there's this one particular game that I like. But before that game, I had no interest. I understood why you would watch. I personally didn't have any interest.
Mm. Yeah. I guess I'm just gonna be left out on this one because
Yeah. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do unless you actually like the game or play the game. But it's okay. Like, who cares about these gamer guys? Whatever.
Not me.
Inform you that your video talking with the CEO of YouTube has aged like milk. So I'm going to kindly ask for your help once again, Chris Hansen. People kept telling me not
I
to
think this
talk.
is so funny that they. Oh, he even said people told him not to put Chris Hansen.
Why? I don't know the whole.
Oh, girl, it's a whole thing, girl. Okay, let me try to break it down as quickly as I can. Okay, you know this YouTuber named Onision?
Yeah.
Okay, and you know Chris Hansen? He used to be on the show To Catch a Predator, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he came on YouTube and he was trying to get it popping on YouTube. It wasn't working, and then he caught wind of all this Onision drama and how people are, saying Onision is a predator. So he decides to get involved, and he tells all these YouTubers, "Hey, I'm connected with this TV show. We're gonna really expose this guy. Give me your testimonials." And he even reached out to the victims and talked to them. And then what ended up happening, he pull the wool over their eyes. I don't know the exact details. I just know that he didn't do what he said he was going to do. He said he had connections with the FBI. He never contacted the FBI. He sold some of their testimony. He sold it off to some company who made a really bad documentary about it. None of the people who gave their testimony saw any profit or any money from that. They never gave their consent for that. So he put himself in a whole mess. So he's now, people like YouTubers hate Chris Hansen because of how he handled that. Like, that was very shady. That was
that was very money grabbing, cash
very
grab.
money grab. Yeah, and he was using his, his aura of, people see him as, you're the guy who's going to do right, and he did horribly wrong. So that's why I think it's funny that he put Chris Hansen, because nobody has confidence that this Chris Hansen dude gonna do nothing. Like, what can he do? He couldn't even do anything. Whatever happened to Onision, it didn't really have much to do with Chris Hansen. Chris Hansen shook him up a little bit, but Chris Hansen cannot do anything. That's why I just think it's funny. Everybody hates him. He's a fraud. He's actually is a fraud. Like, the reason why he doesn't have his show anymore is because he literally is a scam artist and a fraud. He is a fraudster, and nobody likes him or believes in him. So I thought that's funny.
Oh, that's a little summary backstory. I had no idea. Wasn't on the platform back in those days, I guess. Wow. Huh.
I'm willing to forgive you if you speak up for us. I know you've got some connections that Susan can't ignore. I tried reaching out to you, but you ignored me. So now my audience will do it for me. Shane Dawson, I know you've done a lot of fucked up shit in the past and you don't really deserve everyone's forgiveness. But since you're one of the biggest creators in our genre, standing up for what's right instead of wasting time on haunted houses would look good to the public. Once again, this is your chance to redeem yourself. Don't squander it.
He's not going to do anything.
You have nothing to do with this.
So you probably don't know who Corp's husband is.
I have no idea who the heck is Corp.
He's a gamer as well, and the allure of him and why he's so popular is because he has a very deep voice, like even deeper than the dude talking, and not a voice changer. That's just his natural actual voice. And he never shows his face. He even did an interview with Anthony Padilla, but it was a cartoon version of him. So they drew and animated a cartoon on the couch. So that's kind of the appeal. He's in the gaming community, so that's a big community. He has a really deep voice. People think, oh, so sexy. He never shows his face, so people can just kind of imagine, like, like what face would you put to that voice? So he has all these fangirls, and so now he started kind of also making music, just because people want to hear his voice. So
wow.
So he has like crippling anxiety and depression, and he's like constantly having unaliving thoughts. Like, he's seen a therapist, he's seen stuff, but all of this fame that he's getting, it does help him because, oh, I love you. But also it's anxiety inducing because you never know if you make the wrong step, or what if somebody does like see his face and they post it online and people think he's ugly. So he's a complicated guy, but people like him.
Or what if he thinks he really is ugly?
No, yeah, he does. He thinks he's hideous as well. He does literally think that he's hideous too. So but people like him. So he has a lot of influence. So that would be why he's saying, hey, can you also help out? But also, apparently he owes this guy something. I don't know what he was talking about with like, you owe me a favor that he's about to say.
And the favor you owe me.
The favor you owe me.
He reached out while I was at the hospital tending to my sick girlfriend.
Oh, I didn't even see he put the picture of the girlfriend.
For the bus for something you did, and and at the same time acted like you were taking full responsibility for it. But I let you do it because I thought you were going to be my friend like you used to be. And then you stopped talking to me immediately.
I'm sorry. This part, I was like, what?
So
I was like, he was like, you were supposed to be my friend, and then you stopped talking to me. I don't know. I know I sound so mean. It just seemed like something that is very private and personal. And I just felt like, am I supposed to be hearing this right now? It made me feel awkward.
It did, but if Corpse really, I hate calling someone Corpse. But if Corpse did something and blamed him publicly for it, then he should be able to talk about it publicly then. So.
Yeah. That when he said that part, I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, it still made me mostly feel like, oh, that's personal. Like, and then I saw he put the picture of the girlfriend. I was like, oh, you really like
that was
showing-
like really weird. Like, but to me, what that tells me is that when he put that photo up, that means when his girlfriend originally was sick, then he probably had to put that photo up too.
Yeah. That's what I figure. Like, I'm sure she gave consent before and posted it before. It was public enough that they got into some entanglement. I was just like, oh my. I wasn't expecting to hear that in this video.
Fucking favor this time and talk about something besides yourself for once. It will give you a good look. I promise. Oh yes.
I'm sure if he did, I'm sure if Corp's husband did get involved in this, nothing bad would come of it for him. I don't think anything bad would come of it for him. So we'll see.
I
What
don't
happens.
think that. I just think people are probably hesitant because they're talking about the hand that feeds them. So,
well, this Corp's husband, he's on YouTube, but his main thing is Twitch. So he wouldn't care. I wouldn't think he would care as much. He has 7.6 million subscribers.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but he mostly it's stuff from his Twitch, so people can just see him on Twitch. I don't know.
Every influencer on this goddamned planet just to make anyone give even a slight fuck. So be it.
Oh, he put a lot of it. I didn't see all these pictures. Yeah, he put this one guy that I really like. I forgot his name. He does magic and illusions.
I don't know. I only know one person. That's Chris Angel, who's no longer doing that.
His name is Zach King. He's the guy. He does these illusions. Like he'll look like he's throwing a tiny ball, and then he'll run across the yard and catch it, and it turns into a huge ball. He does these magic tricks and illusions with the camera. He has 12.7 million subscribers. I was binge watching some of his stuff last night for no reason. But anyway,
he put up a lot of people on here.
Yeah, he put this guy. He definitely is not going to comment on it because he strictly posts magic and tricks. He doesn't talk about his life, nothing else. So there's no way this dude is going to join in on this. But I feel like this guy.
It makes me wonder though. Why did he? There has to be a reason. Because
maybe he felt like, why not?
Well, because it's why did he call out? Why did he with Corpse? He went into detail and then it was just like, I know you have nothing to do with this, but so he feels as if all these other people do. Then, right?
Because they're of influence. They have influence on the space. They have a huge number of subscribers.
Oh, my 12-year-old brother watches this chick. I'm like, she is not that funny.
Dude,
one that's on the screen right now.
I remember that's why Ethan Klein makes his thumbnails the way he makes them now because of her.
Oh, really?
Because Ethan watched one of her things because she has so many views, and he's like, she's doing literally exactly what I do. I just need to make my thumbnail like her. So now all his thumbnails is just his face, like,
Oh, really?
whatever. Yes.
Oh, wow. Yeah, she's not funny. Like, my brother, who's 12, would be like, he'd just be cracking up like, Jace, what's so funny? And he's like watching this chick. I'm like, and my sister and I would be looking at each other like, she's not that funny. But she's targeting
Yeah,
kids,
kids.
basically.
Like when it
Mhm.
comes to kids, it does not take much to be funny to children.
Apparently, 'cause I'm like, she's
It
saying
doesn't
stuff,
take
I'm like,
anything for kids to find you funny. All that's required is you not feeling embarrassed for yourself. As long as
Mhm.
you can stick it out, you will get clout. Have you heard of this YouTuber named Lele Pons?
No.
So she made skits on YouTube and on Vine. They were very
Mhm.
stupid. Like, girl, it was like, I'm walking down the street. Oh no, I slipped and fell. Ah, like the end. Like just very like
That's so
just
dumb.
the stupidest concepts. But the kids loved it. The kids are cracking up, and this chick has parlayed that into a whole ass music career. Her music actually isn't even that bad. She has like professional music videos now. She's in a song with the Black Eyed Peas now. I'm like, how you get on with the Black Eyed Peas?
Wow.
So there's money in making kids laugh.
Apparently, because they're all like impressionable. Is that the right word I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're all, yeah.
Money off of it in whatever way you wish. I do not give a shit. Bad press, good press. I just want to finally see some justice done for the victims in my videos. So, again, I'm gonna have to upset all of my fellow creators and make a goddamn disaster out of you, YouTube, because you never do anything until we start squeezing your balls. And this is the part where you come in, children. The links are in the description. I kindly ask you to come with me to make a fucking mess for the second time. I want you to paste this bitch until the world is nauseous from looking at it. I want you to drown out every trending topic so that even something like Spider-Man looks like a microscopic speck of dust compared to us.
Oh my
Tonight,
gosh.
YouTube will choose. Let die the pedophiles they love, or suffer the little children. And
But you know what this made me also think about?
I want Twitter to be a shitstorm.
I want Twitter to be a shitstorm.
So this made me think about, because he was like, the PDF files that they love. And it made me think about how, like, just in the entertainment industry, they actually literally do love these PDF files. Like,
Mhm.
I don't all of these nasty people have huge, amazing careers, and they accumulate all these fans to the point that people even just excuse or forgive their abuse to children because that guy makes great movies. That guy's a great actor. So it made me, yeah.
Well, that's like a different. I have to separate like the actors now from their personal life, because like I love Buffy the Vampire Slayer, right? But Joss Whedon, the creator of that whole show, recently there was allegations that came out about him. There's allegations that came out about Chris Noth, and it's like, when will, from Law and Order, like, what, or Sex in the City, and it's like, I have to separate some, like Seven Heaven, the dude, the pastor from Seven Heaven,
That was disgusting.
Yeah, but I'm like, I still want to watch Seven Heaven. Like, I just like, I have to separate. You just.
So that means we have to accept that we're watching pedophiles and just be okay with it.
Well, I wouldn't say actually accept. It's how you look on it. I can't look at it I have to look at it as the art, the film. And like I learned real quick when I was very young, when Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson broke up from Twilight, my heart was crushed. And I realized right then and there, I have to separate art from reality. I went right then and there. Because I like went through that breakup like I was in it. And I was like, oh no. Oh no. All right, hold on. Let me like delete this person.
Team Edward. How did they
Oh
come back?
yeah,
Why?
I know. And then when she came out with Stephanie Meyer's look, hold on. I have to. Oh, there we go. When Stephanie Meyer's came out with the new book recently, everyone was like, "Oh, I was always Team Edward." I'm like, "Fuck you guys." No, you guys weren't. You guys were all Team Jacob. So stay with Team Jacob. But anyways, my whole point. Anyways, I want to talk about the tweets now.
Yes.
I thought did I block this user? I'm trying to block someone.
Yeah, maybe you have to actually block them. I've tried to hide them, time out, everything. I feel like they made another account.
Hold on. That's funny. It says error occurs.
you try to
I
block
just now
them?
seen your private chat. I need to be good at looking at private chats. Okay. Okay. I don't know. I'm trying to block this person and they're not blocking. Hold on. Maybe I should do it on here.
Like you go to their channel and it doesn't let you block?
I still see them. Oh, okay. It's deleted now. Okay. Anyway, so now I want to talk about these tweets. I'm gonna screenshot them and then I'm gonna post it here on the screen so we can all go through it together. But I have to hide the person who sent them to me. I mean, it's public, but still, they're tweets. But because I was having a conversation with someone about this earlier. But what did you guys think of this video? A lot of people did not like it.
I've been trying to find people who didn't like it. I have a feeling Xylee Gets Real is going to have something to say. I can't wait to hear what she thinks.
I think she's not going to like it.
Yeah, I think she's not going to like it.
Yeah, I think she's going to be like, because I know Petty Page had the argument of, well, if sorry guys, I'm screenshotting it and trying to send it. She had the argument of, if this was really about pedophilia, then you could have easily, like, you have other platforms. You could, if you wanted to get the information out there, then you shouldn't care about getting monetized or any of that. You have like other platforms to use to get the information out there, if that's what that was really about. That's what everyone says Paige's argument was on it. So I don't know. I agree with them. Like, I don't agree with their Twitter stuff that we're about to talk about now, but with this video, I agree with them. Like, and I know people don't want to hear that, but I agree with them.
Oh yeah, Melissa, Xylee Gets Real says she's going to talk about it tomorrow. So yeah, I definitely want to hear her point of view. Yeah, I just briefly was trying to search what did other people think, and so far I've only watched 2 other YouTubers, but they were like, yeah, I agree. But maybe I'm biased, but like the 2 people I watched, they were dudes, and I feel like these dude commentary channels have some kind of alliance. I don't know how to explain it. It's not just because they were dudes. They have a very similar vibe to some of the people who are talking in the video. So that part, now that I've watched it a second time, that part makes me wonder also about other motives. Because I just personally never fully trust these commentary dudes at just face value. Also, I haven't seen any of this Twitter stuff, so
yeah, I'm trying to crop it so that way it doesn't show something.
Oh, Ethan hasn't tweeted anything.
Ethan?
Wait.
I think he's been through enough. Like,
I know in the
like-
video he's like, I know you're dealing with a bunch of important crap, but could you take a second?
like Ethan's doing, I mean, he just got a nice little his strike taken off, so you know.
he's not gonna mess it up.
Why would he? I wouldn't.
Yeah. Oh no,
Okay,
he was very stressed about that.
Okay, now I'm running it to the computer. So what it is I can get all this on Twitter, but I don't really have a Twitter. So someone sent this stuff to me, and I want to add some information there. That's why I had to edit it out.
Yeah, I don't see anything weird in Twitter so far. Just when I just do the hashtag pick a side YouTube, it's just memes about YouTube.
Come on, show up. Why always? Oh, I have it right here. Okay. YouTube always. Why you always lying? Why you always lying?
Oh my gosh. Somebody
Stop fucking lying.
Somebody put a meme of you know those kid channels that are actually super inappropriate? Like it'll have Spider-Man and Frozen, like kid stuff, and they're like having X-rated activities. And stuff
Yeah.
like that. So yeah, people are bringing that up, which that's very true. Like it took so long for YouTube, and there's still nasty videos on YouTube Kids that's still up. YouTube lets those and they have so many views, so it's not like YouTube doesn't see them. I think that's a good point that somebody on Twitter brought up. But who do you say is lying?
I don't know. I think the song just came.
Oh.
I just started singing the song because it was on my mind. Because I forgot that I was like, because I'm trying to get the photos up and it's taking forever because I'm screenshotting. This live stuff is serious stuff. We're still learning.
Are you trying to bring your phone onto the live?
Yeah, like I'm trying to get. It's fine. I guess I'll just have to deal.
Are you trying to email yourself?
No, I airdropped my stuff, but I airdropped it. I guess I'll just have to do it this way. I'll just do it this way.
Oh my gosh, you're talking about how, remember Logan Paul in that forest video?
Huh?
Do you remember when Logan Paul posted that forest video?
Oh my God. Yeah.
So they're saying that back then people were reporting it and YouTube manually watched it and left it up, no age restriction.
It
wasn't
did.
until-
It did.
Yeah, and it wasn't until all the public backlash. Like people are bringing up some good points here on Twitter so far for me.
Okay. Come on. Okay, there we go. So we're just gonna look at it this way. Can you guys see okay? Is this weird?
Just maximize the image. Yeah. You can do full screen so that we're not distracted by the other stuff.
It won't let me. Oh.
The green. I'm clicking it like it's my computer. The green. Yes.
There we go. Did it. It's not even that important that the one photo that I got. But okay, but this wasn't kind of important. So he goes, this is what the huge thing is on Twitter. He goes, children or pedophiles. So just because if they don't,
What does it say? So this guy Cavos, who is Cavos? Let me see. He says, also, what the actual F is this tweet? It's all just done for shock factor because at first glance, it looks like he is calling some of these creators PDF files. Hashtag pick a side. YouTube is just one big effing mess. But that's what the dude said. He said it's going to be a mess, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And that who is Liam? This has Matt's what it is vibes. I don't know who that is. Let me look at these people.
Yeah, but that's what like Tipster was going off of. And then here's another one. Downloads. Come on.
Oh, apparently
this
there
was
is
another
a rabbit
tweet to where
hole with that. If you're Tipster, if you're do you know who Tipster is? I don't know who he
Yes.
is. What's his reputation?
He's like basically part of the commentary bros.
Oh, okay, he's a bro. Okay. If you're I am so prejudiced against these bros. Bro, okay. If you're going to suggest I'm a PDF file because I see glaring problems with this hashtag pick a side YouTube video, then you will be blocked. Countless times I've spoken out against and used my platform to expose PDF files, but this video just ain't it. This video is based on a lie. Oh, what's the lie?
Because I guess the argument that a lot of people are trying to use is that, you know, if they truly just wanted to get their cause out about, you know, YouTube, if they really just wanted YouTube to stop censoring their content about pedophiles and them exposing pedophiles, then they could have just uploaded the video. They could have uploaded it on Twitter, or, I mean, not all the videos. It would have to split it into parts, but they have other platforms where they can. Some people can go on Twitch if they really wanted to. I mean, there's other ways. Well, I don't know if Twitch allows
that
it.
doesn't make sense to me. Why would YouTube give a damn about what people are saying on other platforms? Doesn't make sense.
No, that's not what I'm. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying he's saying that.
Yeah, that's what these people are saying, though, right? You're saying like people like Tipster, they feel like this whole this video the guy made should have just been put on Twitter or Twitch.
Well, he's also saying that they have their own agenda, that they don't actually give a shit. Like, you know, they have their own agenda. Like, it's not really about this. It's about him being upset that he got his video taken down, so he's bitching like crazy. I mean, that seems to be, in my opinion, what Tipster is stating, and the fact that they had someone like Technicals, who they had someone
was
like
a possible sympathizer.
Yeah, basically a apologist, a predator apologist.
Predator apologist.
Yeah. There we go. Basically a predator apologist in this video saying, here I am trying to expose people, when in reality, you know, someone needs to expose you, you know? So
okay, because I feel like it's disingenuous of them to act like what the video's about isn't a problem, because there have been other YouTube problems, and all these same people made videos complaining about YouTube, and so I feel maybe these dudes have beef with each other or something.
Well, but here's the kicker too. So you have the commentary bros who are actually, who's also Tipster, who they're with him. They're like, no, like this video was for your own agenda. And here's my thing though. Can I just say, I feel like from watching all of their content, Bo Blacks, Tipster, and Augie, and even Keemstar, from watching all of their content, he obviously, especially Augie, when he was making fun of the man that was like having sex with his mom. Remember that?
Oh, Chris Chan?
Yeah. Augie was even making fun of that. So if you can so they know what MAMAMAX is doing. They know that. So they know that he's trying to start an outrage, etc. So I want to know, what is the real beef here, because they do stupid fucking shit all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here like, you guys, it was a joke. You don't know he's joking? It was a joke. Okay, so what's really going on? You know what I mean? Are we mad? Are we mad because now, I mean, what's going on? Are we jealous? What's going on? Because
I know, I feel like maybe they're jealous. I know it's like how it's always, oh, you're just jealous, but I wonder if they're jealous, because it just really doesn't make sense to me, because anytime there is a YouTube issue, these guys do complain about it and they do make videos about it. And they do say ridiculous stuff all the time. So how all of a sudden are you super sleuth, Mr. Ethical, about this situation?
Right, like I don't, and they're like, well, we don't mess with pedophiles. Okay, but you guys had no problem, and I just grouped them all because, you know, they don't have any problem joking about stupid shit, like, you know, the son who had sex with the mom. You know, they have no problem joking about that, because I get told, you don't know that they're just playing around, they're just joking. Okay. And the thing is, if these were any other people, if Tipster was grouped with any other person, maybe I'd understand, but these people argue about stuff like this, so I'm jumping down on their level and their mindset. So I'm like, what's real? Because I know from the shit that they talk about, they go into bed just fine. They don't care about this shit. So I want to know, what really is it? Like, you know,
I know,
because
there's definitely another side to what's going on, because I know these guys, they're talking to each other, texting each other, discording each other. Like, I feel like there probably could be a whole soap opera made just of these dudes and like their relationships with each other. So I want to know, and I wonder if anybody's gonna come out and say something about what's tea.
I guess so, but let me read on. Let me read. There was an argument that was. Hold on, I'm gonna read this argument because not an argument. It was a conversation. Because I'm sure this person speaks for a lot of the people who I'm talking about. Okay.
And I want to know what lie Tipster's talking about. Let me look for this. He said this is all based on a lie.
Okay, and one critique is that, you know, there was a cooking channel that he mentioned, Emmy made, and the argument was like, what is this person? Why would you mention this YouTuber? Like, you know, they're a cooking channel. What do they have to do with any of this? So a lot of people were upset that MAMAMAX mentioned a bunch of just irrelevant people, but he mentioned them, as you said, because they have a huge following.
Yeah, I feel like part of the issue is people like, is it that they're missing the point, or they just didn't listen? I don't know. Like, I don't know. He seemed pretty clear to me. He wants to cause a ruckus. He wants a lot of people talking about this. He wants to get YouTube's attention. So he wants people with a lot of followers to talk about this. And he's okay with pissing them off. He's okay with pissing off those YouTubers, he's okay with pissing everybody off. He wants a ruckus. So like, when you're criticizing what he's doing, like, I don't know, when you say, well, what does so and so have to do with it, makes me feel like you didn't pay attention. That, I don't know. I want to hear somebody who did pay attention and they actually have a real criticism.
You know, like, I think this person, no, because I was just reading a conversation with someone, and this person, like, no, they're like, they like listen and they're really fair, but no, because that person, they really listen, they're fair, but I do. Here's what another thing Tipster said: if you're going to suggest, oh no, this was the same thing. So there was so here's the thing: Tipster, he tweets out what exactly it's right here. What exactly the message that they sent everyone sent that chapter. I'm like, what is
Okay, so this is
doing in here?
This
Okay,
is
so
Mama
the
Max.
message, what he sent. Yeah, this is Mama Max sending the DM to everyone. So basically, a lot of smaller, dark content creators and investigative channels are getting fucked by YouTube for harassment, and a ton of us are making a statement. All you have to do is give like a 10 to 30-second take trashing on YouTube for removing content that exposes pedophiles, animal abusers, piece of shit people, etc. Just because the subject matter is dark, even when the videos don't break any guidelines. The due date would be before Wednesday of next week. Sound like something you're up for? So that's what he messaged everyone. So and Tipster put it out there because Tipster was like, no, we had no idea that he was going to, basically have his own vendetta and just like YouTube, everyone go after
Was
YouTube.
Tipster in the video?
No, but he got sent this message.
Oh, okay. Well, I think it's good to show what the message was because he put that note in the beginning of the video and we're like, okay, so under what pretense are these people talking?
And this was it. So
I think this is fine. Like, what's the issue with this?
Because he's saying that, look, this was the message we got, and they had no idea it was going to be this thing of go after other creators. If they're mad because the people in this video, he's telling them to go after them if you don't like say something, publicly, or tweet at Team YouTube, and if you don't do this, then you're considered like a pedophile, basically.
Okay, I don't see that. I feel like he's saying if YouTube doesn't do something, then YouTube is on the side of PDF files. I don't feel like he's saying the same thing to the creators he's calling.
I know. I feel like here's what I feel. I truly believe that, because a lot of people, because I'm just also reading, this is coming from like things I've been reading, but a lot of people also feel like they're being disrespected as being like a victim or a survivor, how you're just kind of playing. It's kind of like how when Keemstar was trying to use the Black community's outrage for his own agenda, they feel like in this situation that Mama Max is using the survivor community for his own agenda. And so, yeah, a lot of people feel there's so many avenues you can take with this video. But here's what I do know. If this was any other people being critical about Mama Max, I'm all ears. But the fact that I've watched these people, like, the commentary bros and all that, and I'm just like, y'all, I've watched them joke about the craziest shit ever. I watched them like a few months ago draw blackface and laughed. And, I watched it all. So I'm not buying that they really truly give a fuck. You know what I mean? I'm not buying that. What I am buying is another story that I don't know about. I'm buying some deep hatred for something. I'm buying Tipster. Were you upset that you weren't in this video? Like what? I'm sorry, but I'm not buying that. This is just, this is just like, oh my God, I can't believe he would do something like this when I've heard all of those men joke about the stupidest shit ever. So I don't care. I don't fully buy what they're selling. I don't buy their motivation for anger. Their motivation for anger is somewhere else that I don't know about, but I just don't believe that they actually give a shit.
It just feels like these guys are constantly in a pissing contest with each other. And I don't know. I just kind of noticed this trend that like whenever one commentary bro is trying to do something, other commentary bros have to like heckle in. Like even just the mere fact that Ethan Klein made a podcast, like he didn't even saying there was no content. All he said was, making videos is too much for me. I'm going to make a podcast. These commentary bros were coming out of the woodworks to talk about how, oh, he's so deceitful. He's so late. Like, they just always have something to say about each other. It's something I've noticed.
Well, let's be real. Like, they're jealous of Ethan Klein because when he goes streaming, 47,000 people are actually watching while he's streaming. And let's be real, when you're a YouTuber, and mind you, here I'll give them respect. Those commentary bros, they hustle. I've watched, I did not watch the whole thing, but there's been because I had thought at one point, oh, I'm gonna do a video on them, and I started watching like a bunch of their stuff. And kid you not, I saw 7-hour streams, and I said, 7 hours. Like, the hustle game is there. That's not what I'm saying, but I'm saying there is way much more to the story. Like, they're not mad for the reasons they're saying that they're mad. I don't believe that they are. I just don't.
Yeah, because it would benefit them. I wonder what is the problem. Because if YouTube did change their guidelines or whatever, they would also benefit.
And if you think about this, if you truly think about this, Petty Page had recently made up with Augie. So now, all of a sudden, she's convenient. And mind you, yeah, she has a mind of her own. But what I'm saying is that she's also conveniently agreeing with the commentary bros. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? So you have to question, like, are we doing this whole, and she's also proven to be very like loyal, stand by people even if she doesn't agree with all of their actions. You know, she's proven to be loyal in the past with other creators. So it's like, I'm not going to sit here and buy what people are telling me. We are all smart people. We can think for ourselves. And I don't believe this shit. I don't believe they're actually bothered by what they saw here. I think it's all jealousy. That's what it all comes down to. I'm sorry. I think it's jealousy. I think that this video did offend people who are survivors as well. I think you could take a lot of avenues with this video of who it offended. But I also believe that, you know, this video was important. It needed to be said. All of these creators that came out, congratulations. All those creators out there in those streets that decided to make this video, decided to like participate, congrats, because we needed a video like this, and hopefully Team YouTube will listen. But what's going on Twitter, I think that, you know, it's so easy for people to misinterpret, or not even misinterpret, just people to focus on this avenue, this road, instead of looking at the bigger picture here. And some individuals want to focus on one avenue, this road, because they're jealous. That's how I see it. That's, you know what I mean? Or if they're not jealous, there's something else. But I'm sorry, but I've listened to these people, and I decided I wasn't going to make a video on them. But I did sit and listen to a bunch of their commentary, and I'm sorry, they laughed over some offensive shit, some offensive stuff. And you trying to tell me this was it? This was the video that was it for y'all? Get out of here. Get out of here. So, no, it's not. I'm like, get out of here. I listened to too much of that. Their bullshit, all laughing about this and that and the other. But this was the video that did it for y'all. Lying assholes. And then another thing I want to know is Keemstar. He was preaching about this video, but keep in mind, Keemstar is also kind of like, or the commentary bros are kind of like with Keemstar. So I wonder, like, is there a divide? Like, obviously, like, not like a real divide, but as far as
this is the kind of thing Keemstar usually would praise.
Right. But now Tipster's being offended, and now Petty Page is also on their side. So I just wonder, like, you know, how that conversation's going. I mean, I'm sure it's not that deep. It really isn't, I'm sure. But still, you know, I'm not buying what these people are trying to sell to me, because I sat there and watched hours and hours of all of their content, and I do not believe what they are trying to sell me. I don't. I love Petty Page's content, but you know, she's proven in the past for patterns to really, and honestly, loyalty is a really good thing. Loyalty is an awesome thing to have, but I just don't believe, I don't know. I think I've said, I think I was vocal. So, because I could just go on. I could sit there and talk, but I'm on a live, and I learned, like, I can't be just on a roll talking. I learned that, so I can't do it. So
I'm trying to see what more people are saying. How did you even find somebody sent you the Twitter stuff?
Yeah, so I was having a conversation to someone, and I didn't know honestly anything about this because I removed myself from Twitter I only go on there for like YouTube videos, and then not even in my Twitter account because I don't have a Twitter anymore. So yeah, so someone sent me those. I'm trying to see if there's any more actually. Let me see.
I see people. This, yeah, that's the same Kavos guy. This.
Oh, this is what one thing Tipster said. Hold on. I've spoken to them.
Yeah, it's a lot of people seem to be like, we recognize it's kind of cringy, kind of edgy, but what they're saying is true. What they're saying,
right? Like I don't like. Yeah, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I don't believe anything. Like,
this
Tipster
guy.
Tipster said, I've spoken to them. They didn't even know what this video was about. And some of them disagree with the propaganda this video is pushing. But you mean to tell, like, I don't believe these people. You really care about the propaganda.
Yeah,
like,
you don't give a
care.
shit. You
But,
don't.
yeah,
You
that's
don't
what I'm trying
care.
to say. You really care? Do you really care?
You don't care.
Like, you
First
know
of
what
all,
I mean?
the video tells us that the people did not know what the video was about. So
Right.
you're not doing no God's work right there, Tipster. And yeah, I would assume if somebody made a statement not knowing it's going towards this video, I would assume there's a possibility somebody there didn't like the way the video was done. Like I would make that assumption. I also assume that when he got people's statements, he asked permission. Do you mind if I use it in a video? And didn't clarify exactly what the video is, but somehow got the permission. That's my assumption, because none of these people have come out to say, oh, I didn't consent to not being
I will
in
say
there.
this. I feel like all these people are smart that were in this video. So they know anytime they're doing something like this, one, that they risk something like this happening. They knew that anyone who does something like this, they can risk something
Oh
like this.
yeah, these people, yeah, they know that.
And then two, I assume they also wouldn't, add more fire, because you put more attention on this, then now they've officially said something on their Twitter, or they've officially said something on their YouTube. Because right now, what they've said has only been on this dude's channel, but it hasn't been on their platform. So they risk, do we pay more attention to this, or do we ignore it? So I'm sure that those are the two reasons to why the people in the video haven't come out and said anything.
And he is replying to this person who said, though he was vague, I think all the creators involved unanimously agree that what they are fighting for is worth it. And that is true. He said, talk for 10 to 30 seconds about YouTube's BS. So the people said what they said. So obviously they agree that it's worth fighting for, because he said, say what you have to say, because we're going to stand up against this. So
he was like, the way trash YouTube for like, that's what he was like. He was saying trash
YouTube, trash them. We're standing up against it. So obviously they do. And then Tipster's guy saying, well, I have spoken to them and they didn't even know.
I know, like, oh my gosh, like, because this is the one thing that's been bothered. Like, and mind you, I say this with, like, to be honest, before I continue like going on with them, I understand fully how this would come across to people who are survivors. Like, I understand that. And this is like not to save face or cover my ass. Like, I completely, because I had a conversation with someone who was like, as a survivor today, I was offended. I've had that conversation with someone. So I understand that. I understand that avenue. But what I'm not getting is, because, like, honestly, and what I'm saying too is that they could have delivered this video so much better than what they did. But the reason why they didn't, and the reason why they did it and chose to also hurt survivors in the process, was to get YouTube's attention. And yeah, so those are my like 2 cents with that. But let me read some comments. Lillian says there is a change org to get Susan fired from YouTube.
I'm sure there's like every quarter new change org.
Ezra, I spend too much time on the internet. Cherry Berry does feel like it's more than just the video, right? Right? Cherry Berry, I hope that Mama Max video isn't monetized though. It's not. I haven't. You know what? I did just recently pay for YouTube Premium, so I don't know. Melissa Brown. Oh, that was my question. Was if anyone had complained. I don't know. But any final thoughts, Udoka?
I would be interested to see if this results in anything. I am that kind of person who, when something needs to be changed, I am not a respectability politics type of person. So, for instance, when during the BLM protest and some of them turned into riots, by whoever started the riot, people were trying to use that to criticize people who are going out to protest. And I'm just like, if it's a riot, it's a riot. Like, there's things that need to be addressed. I'm very much anti-respectability politics. So I'm definitely not the person who's going to be like, oh, well, he should have said it in a different way. He should have made it a different way. I'm not the I don't care. I 100% understand what he's doing, and I'm interested to see how YouTube responds.
Okay, so all right, so you're just like, sorry that they offended
No,
survivors.
sorry.
But they offended survivors though. Like survivors.
I feel like survivors should then speak. I haven't seen the survivors' response. And that's what is nasty to me about the people like Tipster. If this was so bad, like, why haven't you showcase people who actually truly are offended? Because we know you are not offended. If this is actually bad, showcase the people who this is hurting, because I don't see that. All I see is people siding with the video, or people like Tipster like, oh, well, it was so cringy and nobody knew the video. So I don't know.
I will say this though, I did speak to someone today who is a survivor and said that they were offended by this. So I understood, like why they were offended, and I understand that. But the thing is that I also understand why this video had to be made the way it was. I'm not going to be a one mind thinking type of person where I'm like, oh my gosh, like I can't be one-sided with this. Like, I understand that he did hurt survivors. Mama Max did hurt survivors, and I feel like they could have handled this video just a little bit better, so that way they weren't offending survivors in the process, and they could still get their message across in a nasty, messy way. You didn't have to go offending survivors to do it. But I also think that, like I said, I don't think he really gave a shit. I think what he's posting on Twitter is all performative. I don't find it very authentic, and I just believe that they're jealous. That's what I believe.
I think they're jealous. I really do, because if they really had a problem, very similar to like whenever they call out somebody for, oh, so and so used the N-word. Whenever there's discussions about what somebody did that was offensive, they never highlight the group of people who are offended. They just talk about themselves. So I agree with you that I think they're just jealous. They don't actually care.
Ezra said, I've seen many videos from survivors all over which praised Max, but ultimately my stance is biased, so don't take it as gospel. Let's see. I mean, I get how he offended survivors, but at the same time, I also get how one can view it as him helping them as well. Now, don't get me wrong. I honestly think this dude is just mad because his video got taken down, so he's out for blood. I mean,
but I think it's because it happened so many times. I think it's like, yeah, he's mad that his video got taken down, but it's like, when you're mad about something that happened to you, but you're not alone.
Right.
You're not alone. So
Melissa says, I don't think either side cares about survivors truly. I think they have their own personal agenda, but I do think that there is a bigger story here. And I don't think the story is going to go missed. I don't. The bigger story here is all of these awesome content, not all of them that were in the video were awesome, but all of these content creators, you know, came together and basically voiced their opinions of how they felt about how you do. And I could relate. Like, I remember my number one video on my channel, yellow $, because I was talking about SA and or sexual assault. And then the live that we did the other day, for some reason, Daddy's Girls Part 1 was the green $, but the Daddy's Girls Part 2 was the yellow $, because we were exposing the TikTok cult, the lesbian TikTok cult.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? Like, this is the stuff that you want to put a yellow $sign on?
Yeah.
So whatever.
Yeah. And like because Melissa says, I don't think either side cares about survivors truly. I don't know how, Mama Max. I definitely know like the tipster people don't care. I kind of feel like Mama Max maybe I don't know. I'm kind of with you on that, Melissa, but I understand the point is the video content he's making is exposing people who need to be exposed. And also I feel like it's like there are so many different types of people. So like there are people who, if it was up to that chapter to make this video, he would have focused on very different points. He would have done things very differently than something like Mama Max.
He definitely will. And I just wanted to add, when I say yellow $, it's not really about the money. What it is that YouTube won't push that video. They won't push it out for people to see because it has an ad limit on it, because it's not suitable for all ads. So it's not really about, when I say yellow $, with that comes YouTube's not pushing out that video for nothing. You know? So
yeah,
that's what it really is.
And so it's like, well, YouTube, you should push out these videos where we're exposing online predators, because this is an online platform. We can get the word out. People can protect themselves. People can do something called police. So I definitely, I get that. But then, and to the people who are like, well, if y'all really cared, then you would have made a video and you would have done this and you would have done that. And I personally feel like people aren't really talking about it because they feel like that's how I would feel. If I got that message, oh, make a clip, I would make it, but I'm not going to be the one to put it out, because I would just feel like, no, you're not going to listen to me. What's the use? What's the point? Why make a video that may not do well on my channel or get me in trouble? Or so that's the other thing too. I feel like the haters of this video are like oversimplifying, and they're not even, I don't think they're even connected to what, if there's something wrong with this video, what actually is wrong with it. I don't think they're connected to that.
Yeah, I know a lot of people, they really like hate this video. They don't think, and mind you, when you have people like Keemstar preaching about this video, that's an automatic like direction and, oh, I hate this video right away. Because you have him tweeting, you had him saying, guys, you need to go watch this video. It is like amazing.
Yeah,
blah, blah.
that's why I'm sus of Mama Max. He's like, oh, you're my man. It's like, I'm instantly sus of anybody who's calling Keemstar my man about anything. Hello?
My mic. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. I accidentally detached my mic. But yeah, and this video can come off as super hypocritical too, because you have Keemstar who, from his opinions, don't really, I mean, I guess depending on who you ask, they say predatory, but overall, he's done so many offensive things, and the people who they have talking about this, selling this video, it's like, really? Should it really be these people? And so it automatically invites this crowd of like, you know, anger, and just this crowd of like, why Keemstar? Why, like, You know, I would like to see someone like Smokey Glow. If she was saying, hey, you know,
Oh yeah.
I want to get, you know, I feel like there needs to be something done because I know Smokey Glow she's been somewhat transparent on Twitter. I remember she had posted something on Twitter a few months back stating, oh, I'm so glad about the video I posted yesterday, how it had a sponsorship because YouTube automatically gave me the dollar sign after I talked about so-and-so. I forgot who she was talking about. But, you know, because she talks about things that's passionate to her and important topics. And she made this tweet that was like, I'm so glad I got a sponsorship because if it wasn't for my sponsorship, I wouldn't have gotten anything.
Oh, I can hear myself. I was interrupting you to say, yes, sometimes she's talking about things that would get removed or yellow. Yeah, like he didn't, I could just tell. The people he chose, I'm like, I can just tell. Like, you are who you hang out with. I can just tell. But and this is like something that affects literally almost every YouTuber. So you could have gone into like, you could leave your commentary gaming bro community a little bit and go into these other communities because it does affect us. I could tell he literally just Googled true crime. And then like, whoever popped up, oh, message that chapter. Like,
oh my gosh. Like,
yeah,
if fan of that chapter, I love him so much.
If he had more diversity of the people he was talking about, that wouldn't detract from the chaos he's trying to do, but it would make it more compelling, I think.
Right, like if he was really diverse, I mean, depending on who you ask, some people say he was, but I just feel like he could have been a little bit more.
Whoever said he was diverse, they're just gamers.
Yeah, like he needed to be, and I get it's really hard to reach out and ask people to make a video when they don't know you, but at least if we were able to see who he asked, well, no, because then I feel like that's
if he reached out to a T channel or any of these makeup, I know one of them would have made a video. I know. Especially if you start name dropping, I would name drop. If this was my project, I'd be like,
I know. And I feel like there's some people that are like, oh my gosh, this person has like 600,000 plus subscribers. Oh my gosh, you know? And so I'm sure there's someone who would have been like, yeah, I stand by you. I'm going to make this. Because, you know, when someone approaches you from YouTube, the first thing you look at is,
yeah, what's their channel? Yeah.
What do they look like? Like, you know what I mean? And so I just find it hard to believe. I don't think he put enough like time. I think he was just like, I know this person. But I don't think he
exactly. Yeah.
He could have been more diverse. Melissa Brown said there are so many creators that cover important issues and are demonetized all the time.
Yep.
Sloan. Yup.
Yeah, there's like so much. Like, I know these commentary bros think like, oh, YouTube gossip and celebrity gossip is so stupid, but we cover it's gossip. Like these days, gossip today is not the same like how gossip used to be. Gossip used to be very stupid. Like, oh my gosh, she was showing off her belly button. Oh, whoa. But now gossip today is like, a child is suing so and so. Like, it's serious stuff a lot of times now.
Yeah, it's like it's not even it's crimes. That's what it is.
Yeah, crimes.
It's not it's reached crimes. So yeah.
Level. Yeah, that's crazy. It's to that level now. We're talking about crimes.
Oh boy. That's how I feel. Like I came into this community, like the drama commentary tea, 8 months ago. But a lot of people were like, "Oh my gosh, I miss the old days." I tried talking about Jaclyn Hill. Like I wanted to make like a really long video, but I couldn't go. No, but listen to me. I couldn't because I didn't care. Like people were mad. They wanted me to talk about how she had these shades, these bronze, and didn't have like all shades for me. And I'm like, if she doesn't have all shades for me, then I'm gonna go to MAC to do.
Exactly. I was like,
Video
oh,
done.
Jaclyn Hill drama. Let me see, because the last one was contaminated lipsticks. That's kind of important. Let me see what this one is. Oh, the bronze shade is in. I don't give a damn. There's Fenty Beauty. She can go miss out on that coin.
I know. No one cares. Like, I know people are like, talk about Jaclyn. I'll talk about Jaclyn Hill with her being a fraud when it comes to her not like putting out her affiliate links and letting people know. Because she'll be like on Instagram, guys, I really, I'm obsessed. Oh my gosh. Guys, I just had to buy this. I'm so obsessed with it. And then she's like, I got this. It was like $39.99. And so I just feel it. It just amazes me. I'll try to find the link for it below. And then there's usually two things wrong with it. One thing is that she tells you it's $39.99. When you go to the link, it's actually $49.99. And then two, she's like, oh, she pretends like she's just, oh, I have to find the link for it. But when you go to the link, I paused it, and she's an affiliate of Reward Style, but she's actually gotten better with it, because I don't know if like I've been trying to call her out. I called her out twice on my channel, and lately she's gotten better with putting Reward Style recently.
Okay.
But that would be my only beef with her, is that about that. But I don't care about if she doesn't have a bronzer for my shade. I'm not begging you, Jaclyn, to have something for me. I'll find someone else who does, and they'll take my money. So that's how I feel about that. Video is done. Like I can't sit. I just can't sit and make a video about makeup. I don't care, or serious things like that. Or not so serious things like that. So when people are like, "Oh, I miss those days," no, this is the stuff I'd rather talk about. You know,
this is the stuff that makes me feel emotional. Like after I made that one video about the Nixium colds, I was like, I can't. There's certain things I'm sorry if you want to hear about it. You want to hear about Shane Dawson's haunted house. I do not give a damn if he lives in a shoebox. There's just certain things I don't care. I don't care anymore. I can't make content anymore about it.
But any last words on this? Ezra says Max is really deep in the horror community, so that could have informed his opinion. His earlier content covers similar stuff. Oh my god.
Yes, I was looking at what kind of stuff he did, and he makes dark content. So that's why I was saying earlier, like, I'm sure he's dealt with this like over and over and over. It's so annoying, and he knows he's not the only one. So he's like, yeah, let's do something.
So I had like a true crime series on my channel, aka 2 videos, and that's my problem. I have a shit ton on this hard drive, recorded stuff, and I'd be tired. Like, I have a bunch of shit on there. Yeah. But anyways, so my true crime stuff, I'm actually amazed, but YouTube always gives it has to be reviewed, but it always gives it the green. Always. And I said I don't hold back on anything in the true crime. I say all the horrific words, and I show all the blood. I show everything, and they don't like. Wait, did I show blood? Oh no, that's in the next. I don't know. That's in my next one that I've already like filmed and everything. Is Donna Scrivo. So that one showed some stuff. So I don't know if they'll give that the okay. But all the other ones I have, and I've used like some horrific language. So yeah. Yeah, so I've never had a problem actually with true crime. For some reason, YouTube is really like lenient on when it comes to true crime. They give you the green.
Good to know.
With my experience, I guess, but I'm a small content creator, so.
Well, now I'm going through my videos like, can y'all review this?
Yeah, I always, every single time I request a review, always. And I recently just fought this Trisha Paytas, like copy striked like all my videos on her, and I won that one. I was like, oh hell no, this is fair use. Like there's no, like I did all that work. Like no, I'm sorry. She needs money. That's what she needs.
Maybe YouTube is trying to improve. Maybe.
But yeah, those are my thoughts on this. Do you have any more thoughts before we end this live?
No, that's all I got.
All right. But thank you guys for watching. So we actually, let me leave a
Wait, I can't hear you. You're muted.
There we go. I unplugged my mic again. So we have our podcast, and we were going to actually do this on our podcast tonight, but we have to enable the live, which we didn't do because we started the new channel. So whenever that live is enabled, we will do the next talk with each other on here, because we're going to move, because we're not going to have any more conversations on my channel. The next will be actually on our channel. So I can get back and post videos and stuff. But I'm going to leave a link if you guys want to subscribe whenever we post our video, which should be really freaking soon. Really soon. But let me find the link. I have it, actually. I have it.
We have to get to 100 subscribers to have a good URL. So for now, it's some long, janky thing.
But I don't really care about the URL. I've never cared about the URL.
I care about URL.
I could care less, honestly. And like, it's so funny because we have, and if you guys don't know what our podcast name is, do you want to tell them?
That 5%.
I love it. I can't wait. That 5%. So here's a link if you guys want to follow, because what we had planned for yesterday night for our live, we had planned on our channel. We wanted to talk about the Gabby Hanna Red Talk table. We wanted to talk about Megan Good and her divorce. We wanted to talk about Keemstar and Ethan Klein. So there was things that we wanted to talk about, but we're not currently live yet. Let me see if our live is actually enabled. Let me see, because I said it took 24 hours, but let's see.
Been over 24 hours.
It sure has. YouTube. Let's see. It's still loading today. But anyways, I'm really excited to do podcast with you, Udoka. It's gonna be so exciting. Oh shit, we can do one. Okay.
It's on now?
Yeah, it's on now. It wasn't on before this live. Wow. We could do a live. Okay. All right. So yeah, now we can do one.
Yes. Oh, I'm so excited for this.
I know. Thanks, Melissa, for subbing. But yeah, thank you guys for watching and tuning in. And then the next time you'll see us, and I'll post something on like a community post when we do our live stream. But it should be extremely soon, like super, super soon. Yeah, by the end of this week soon. So I'm excited, and we will see you guys soon on the next video, which will be on that 5%. So yeah, bye guys.